We've got some great news about the team today, and honestly, this is the best situation we could hope for. Not only are two key players returning soon, but two others who got injured in Sunday's game aren't as hurt as we first feared. One of them is even practicing fully today. So let's dive into all of that and more. But before we get to the details, let's talk about something else first. Now, if you've been wondering which quarterback has been the best this season when it really counts, let's look at something that tells us a lot. Game-winning drives. Can the quarterback deliver when the game is on the line? But before we get into that, let's take a quick look back at some of the Chiefs' nail-biting wins. This season has been full of close games, and the Chiefs have won 12 games, 10 of them by just one score. 8 of those were pretty wild too. In Week 1, the Ravens lost after tight end Isaiah Lee's toe stepped out of bounds in the back of the end zone as time ran out. Week 2 featured a clear defensive pass interference penalty, no denying that, which helped set up a 51-yard game-winning field goal against the Bengals. The following week, the Falcons couldn't score a touchdown when they needed one, missing 2 key plays in the red zone. Then in Week 8, Kareem Hunt made an amazing walk-off touchdown against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in overtime. Week 9 might have been the craziest one, with Leo Chenal blocking the Broncos' game-winning field goal attempt. Week 11 saw Mahomes make an epic run up the sideline with less than a minute to go, followed by their second kicker of the season, Spencer Scheider, nailing the game winner. Week 12 was a bit of a lucky win after the Raiders fell apart, and Aiden O'Connell fumbled a snap in field goal range, giving the Chiefs a chance to recover. And just when you think you've seen it all, Week 13 against the Chargers gave us another heart-pounding finish. Mahomes led another game-winning drive, converting 2 key third downs and setting up a 31-yard chip shot field goal for their third kicker of the year, Matthew Wright. It clanged off the left upright but still went in, securing another Chiefs win. In all 7 of these close games, Mahomes helped lead the team to victory with his game-winning drives. The Chiefs are 10-0 in one-score games this season, with Mahomes leading the charge in 7 of them. Meanwhile, the Bengals are just 2-7 in these kinds of close games. Joe Burrow has only managed 1 game-winning drive this season. Sure, he and a few other quarterbacks are putting up impressive stats, but when it comes to clutch moments, they just can't deliver. And please, let's not blame it all on the Bengals' defense. Yes, the Bengals' defense has been bad. They're allowing an average of 27.7 points per game, the 4th worst in the league. But here's the thing. The Bengals have had 9 one-score games this season and only won 2 of them. Compare that to the 2018 Chiefs. Back then, their defense allowed 26.6 points per game, almost as bad, yet they still won 12 games and made it to the AFC Championship. That game ended in overtime because the Patriots scored a touchdown, and Mahomes never even got a chance to step on the field. This was before the rule change inspired by Josh Allen's overtime situation. But I digress. This season, the Bengals are 5-8 and will probably miss the playoffs entirely. And if we look beyond this season to a quarterback's entire career in game-winning drives, the numbers tell a clear story. Patrick Mahomes, 23 game-winning drives in the regular season, 6 in the playoffs, 29 total. Josh Allen, 21 in the regular season, 0 in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson, 10 in the regular season, 0 in the playoffs. Joe Burrow, 8 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs. One of those was, unfortunately, against the Chiefs in that AFC Championship collapse. The point is simple. One quarterback stands out. Mahomes consistently gets it done when it matters most, and that's what separates him from the rest. Touchdowns and yards are great, but when the game is on the line, who can you count on? The answer is Mahomes, and it's not even close. Now let's switch gears. I've got updates on 2 players who are coming back from injured reserve very soon. One of them had their return window open today. Plus, we'll talk about the team's key injuries and recent performances as they prepare for Sunday's game against the Browns. But before that, let's talk about something exciting. Chiefs Bids is back with another awesome giveaway. This time, there are two incredible items up for grabs. The first is a stunning ice-white full-size salute to service helmet signed by Travis Kelce. Honestly, this is one of the cleanest helmets I've ever seen. The second item is a full-size replica helmet signed by linebacker Nick Bolton, addressed specifically to the HBTC community, which is pretty cool. If you didn't know, you can check out Chiefs Bids directly through the official Chiefs app. Don't miss your chance to win these amazing items. Chiefs Bids is loaded with amazing signed memorabilia from both current and former Chiefs players. Right now, they've got something extra special: holiday mystery boxes. Each box includes a signed jersey from one of the following: Patrick Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Harrison Butker, or other Chiefs legends from past and present. Here's the fun part: 10% of these 300 boxes come with a golden ticket, which could get you a surprise signed pylon, helmet, or football. Be sure to check out these mystery boxes and other cool items like signed commemorative tickets, helmets, and more. They update regularly. Now, if you want to win that full-size helmet signed by Travis Kelce, here's how. Open the Chiefs app. Filter the offer type to giveaways, and the helmet giveaway will pop up. Fill out your profile, including your shipping address and card info. You'll need to pay for shipping if you win. For the replica helmet signed by Nick Bolton, go to my pinned tweet on X, Twitter. Follow both me and Metabilia, the company behind Chiefs Bids. Retweet the post and tag 3 friends. That's it. The winner will be announced on Tuesday, December 17th, while the Kelce helmet winner will be picked this Sunday evening after the Chiefs vs. Browns game. Looking ahead, Chiefs' upcoming schedule. The Chiefs are preparing for a tough stretch. 3 games in just 11 days. First up is a road game against the Cleveland Browns this Sunday at noon. The Browns are struggling, having lost 4 of their last 5 games. Their quarterback, Jameis Winston, has been up and down, throwing 9 touchdowns but also 9 interceptions during that stretch. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are in great form, winning 4 of their last 5 games. Patrick Mahomes has been on fire, throwing 9 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions in those games. In fact, he hasn't thrown a single interception in the last 3 matchups, a huge help in those nail-biting finishes we talked about earlier. This stretch is going to be tough, though. As Mahomes said, you never really want to play this many games in such a short time. It's hard on your body, but at the end of the day, it's your job. Here's what's ahead. Sunday, December 15th, Browns Saturday, December 21st, Texans Wednesday, December 25th, Christmas Day, Steelers 3 games in 11 days. It's a grueling schedule, but they're taking it 1 game at a time. Kicker update, Harrison Butker. Good news on the injury front. Kicker Harrison Butker might be returning soon. Coach Andy Reid shared in today's press conference that Butker will be practicing this week to see how he feels. Let's hope for the best as the team gears up for this intense stretch of games. Harrison Butker's return. Good news for the Chiefs, Harrison Butker's 21-day window to return from injured reserve has officially opened. Butker had minor knee surgery on his meniscus about a month ago, and while he could be back as early as this Sunday, it's likely the team gives him another week. Coach Andy Reid typically prefers players to have at least a week or 2 of practice before jumping into a game. This week's practices will give us a clearer picture. Will Butker be limited or will he fully participate? Either way, his return will be a huge boost for the team. Butker is known for his incredible accuracy, so fans won't have to hold their breath over another 31-yard chip shot bouncing off the upright. One thing to watch for is whether Butker changes his kicking style to avoid falling to one knee. If he does, it'll be interesting to see if that impacts his accuracy. Steven Nelson joins the team cornerback. Steven Nelson has rejoined the Chiefs, though he's currently on the practice squad and wearing wearing jersey number 38, the only number available. Andy Reid explained that the focus right now is just to get Nelson moving and see how he performs. There's no rush to bring him up to the active roster just yet, but he could be a valuable addition down the line. Hollywood Brown's potential return. There's also promising news about wide receiver Hollywood Brown. Reports for weeks have suggested he'd meet with his surgeon around week 15 for clearance to return. If all goes well, Brown's 21-day window to return from injured reserve could open soon. The target for his return is Week 16 against the Texans or Week 17 against the Steelers on Christmas Day. According to Nate Taylor of The Athletic, Brown might start practicing with the team this week with a slow ramp-up to game action. While it's possible he could see limited reps as early as next Saturday against the Texans, everything would have to go perfectly for that to happen. Andy Reid, as expected, stayed cautious about giving a firm timeline, saying he's getting close and feels great. Whether it's Week 16 or 17, having Hollywood Brown back, even in a limited role, could be a big help for the Chiefs' offense. Hollywood Brown's impact and return Hollywood Brown is eager to get back on the field, and his return is expected soon. This is great news for the Chiefs, as he's known for beating man coverage, something that Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, and Juju Smith-Schuster aren't as strong at. Brown's presence could help prevent some of the coverage sacks the team has been dealing with. While many sacks come from the offensive line collapsing, particularly at the tackle positions, some happen because Mahomes holds onto the ball too long, waiting for someone to get open. Mahomes prefers throwing to open receivers, but has been giving Hopkins more chances at contested catches, which is one of Hopkins' strengths. Xavier Worthy's progress. Another bright spot is rookie Xavier Worthy, who has been earning more trust from Mahomes. Worthy's speed helps him beat man coverage, but he's also learning how to adjust to different defenses and sync with Mahomes' expectations. Worthy has been stepping up recently, including a crucial 14-yard catch on 3rd and 10 during the game-winning drive against the Chargers. Over the past 4 games, he's been averaging 4 or 5 catches for around 50 yards. While a deep ball connection would be exciting, the team has narrowly missed on a few this season. Hollywood Brown's return could create more opportunities for Worthy. Currently, Mahomes is throwing the second fewest deep passes in the league, with only Tua Tagovailoa attempting fewer. The hope is that with improved offensive line performance, Mahomes will have more time to take deep shots downfield. DJ Humphries' injury update. Left tackle DJ Humphries, who recently returned from rehabbing a torn ACL, has been a key part of the line. However, he tweaked his hamstring late in the game against the Chargers. While the severity of the injury was uncertain yesterday, the good news is that it appears to be minor. Andy Reid shared that Humphries didn't practice today but hasn't been ruled out for Sunday's game. He participated in stretching, which is a positive sign. A source familiar with the situation believes Humphries will likely sit out this week as a precaution, but the injury seems to be more of a tweak than something serious. Meanwhile, former Chiefs tackle Donovan Smith hinted on social media that he's available if needed. However, with Humphries improving, it seems unlikely the Chiefs will need to bring in Smith at this time. DJ Humphries and Myles Garrett matchup concerns. DJ Humphries' injury doesn't seem as bad as it could have been. He was spotted stretching during practice, which is a positive sign. If his hamstring injury were serious like Dak Prescott's season-ending hamstring tear, Humphries wouldn't even be on the field. However, his status for Sunday's game is still uncertain. If he can't play, Wanya Morris will likely step in at left tackle to protect Mahomes' blind side. Another option is moving Joe Thuney from left guard to left tackle, but neither scenario is ideal. This is especially concerning because Myles Garrett will be the pass rusher on that side. Garrett is a powerhouse, 6'4", 272 pounds, and one of the NFL's top defenders. He's tied for second in sacks this season with 11 and has been a constant threat to quarterbacks. Mahomes praised Garrett, saying he's good at everything, so the Chiefs will need to game plan carefully to keep him in check. Mecole Hardman's surgery and return wide receiver. Mecole Hardman recently had knee surgery, which he said was successful. Judging by the minor wrapping on his knee, it seems to have been a less invasive procedure. This suggests he could return later in the season, possibly during the playoffs. However, he's required to sit out at least 3 games before he's eligible to return. For now, the Chiefs will rely on Nico Riggio as their return specialist. Riggio performed well in his debut against the Chargers, exceeding expectations with solid returns. Positive injury news. Despite the challenges, the Chiefs are getting some good news on the injury front. Hollywood Brown is close to returning, which will strengthen the offense. Harrison Butker is trending toward playing soon, possibly even this Sunday. DJ Humphries' injury isn't as serious as initially feared, though he might sit out this week. Joshua Williams, who had a chest injury, was a full participant in practice and is expected to play. Trey Smith participated fully, despite being listed with an illness. Jawan Taylor was limited due to a knee issue, but is likely being rested as a precaution. This all points to a promising outlook as the Chiefs prepare for the Browns and the playoff push. Let me know your thoughts on these updates in the comments below. And as always, go Chiefs!